All right, the stage is clear. Can we have the lights?
Lights are back, and we'll move swiftly to the first awardee. This is a special award, and it is going to go to Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Remi Tinubu. She's not here tonight, but she will be represented by another First Lady at state level, Her Excellency, the First Lady of Lagos State, the Center of Excellence, Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu. A round of applause for her as she comes to receive the award with some support. And to present the award to Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I would like to invite Senator Daisy Danjuma to help us with this, and the former First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Mrs. Patience Jonathan. Please invite them to the stage. Thank you very much. Good evening, madam. You're welcome. We have some incredible women coming up on stage now. We really need to celebrate them. Those who are representing,
all the First Ladies,
those who are supporting, the Secretary to the Lagos State Government as well. They all deserve a round of applause. You're very welcome, madam. Good evening, ma'am. You're welcome.
All right. Can we please have the award on stage for the First Lady? Thank you.
I think we actually have a bigger entourage than we expected. Please celebrate them as they come. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So this is a very special award, and each woman here in her own right receiving on behalf and helping to present is accomplished and distinguished. So, okay, so I'd like Her Excellency, the First Lady of Lagos State,
Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu,
to please say a few words as the able representative of the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much. On behalf...
Step forward, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. On behalf of Her Excellency, the distinguished Senator, Her Excellency Mrs. Remi Tinubu, unavoidably absent, she's thanking God today for the honor being bestowed on her. All honor, all glory, all adoration belong to God. He alone is worthy of our praise. We thank God for being noticed as one of the ladies, one of the mothers of the nation that is so passionate about women and children and the youths out there. She, through me, is saying a very big thank you to Arise Network and this day, thanking Prince Nduka Obagbena and all the members of the Arise team for this honor. She dedicates this honor to God Almighty, by extension to her husband that has always made it possible for her to shine, for her husband, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the he for she for most of the women in Nigeria. This is a mother that, through her initiative, the Renewed Hope Initiative, uses this opportunity to bring out a lot in all the women in the 36 states of Nigeria, using the 6 geopolitical zones. Her initiative has different pillars that extend through the Agric initiative for women, for the young farmers initiative in the schools, the introduction of technology to the women, ensuring that our women are tech savvy, and also ensuring that all the women out there are financially independent. We want to through this, her initiative, thank God for the opportunity that she can use it as a platform to encourage women out there. She's a voice for the voiceless. She also uses this platform to thank all the remaining recipients and those that are not here today, those that are not getting awards. She's hoping one day that they too will get awards. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Her Excellency, First Lady of Lagos State, representing the First Lady of Nigeria. I'd like to invite Senator Daisy Danjuma now.
Right. Before we invite her, we've also been mandated, it was printer's error, to invite former President Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan to join Senator Daisy Danjuma in the presentation of this very special award. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please, let's put our hands together for our amiable former President, Jonathan. Thank you. You people's clap finished too quick. Let it roll till it gets on stage. All right.
So if you could please step into the light, center of stage. Thank you.
Round of applause.
A round of applause.
Thank you.
And if we can have all the other ladies on stage, flank them on the right and on the left. Ladies behind them.
Can you
Well,
please
please
flank
join
them?
on the left and on the right.
All right.
As we celebrate the amazing accomplishments of Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bovi.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to move on swiftly to the final set of awards, including a Lifetime Achievement Award, which is coming up shortly. We have a final set of 10 awards to give. So,
and we are going to call those who are actually present here first,
yes,
before we switch later
to
to
their
those who
representatives.
have representatives.
Yes. So I would like to first of all call on Dr. Adora Umeoji, OON.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Dr. Adora Umeoji, General Manager and Managing Director, CEO, Zenith Bank PLC. Adora Umeoji made history as Zenith Bank's first female CEO, driving his success with over 26 years of experience, an alumna of Harvard, Columbia, and MIT Sloan. She blends cutting-edge banking strategies with a focus on women's empowerment and financial literacy. Through her foundations, she supports cancer patients and girl-child education. In 2023, she was honored as a humanitarian service icon for her far-reaching impact. Oh yes, and of course, she's ably represented, ladies and gentlemen, by none other than Mrs. Adobi Nwapa.
Thank you very much.
Executive Director of Zenith Bank. Please, let's put our hands together for Adobi Nwapa.
Next, we have Miss Helen Prest-Ajayi. Please welcome her on stage, Miss Helen Prest-Ajayi.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Helen Prest-Ajayi, Nigerian lawyer, author, and former beauty queen. Crowned Miss Nigeria in 1979, she later earned a law degree from OAU and an LLM from King's College, London. As CEO of media business company, she champions literacy and empowers women through education and advocacy. Ladies and gentlemen, the first ever Miss Nigeria, Helen Prest-Ajayi.
A round of applause for her as she comes. And we move on now to Mrs. Toyin Saraki. A round of applause for her.
Yeah. Ms. Toyin Saraki is a global advocate for mental, child, and women's health. As founder of the Wellbeing Foundation Africa, she empowers women with healthcare access, education, and social justice. A fearless leader, she inspires women worldwide to rise, nurture, and create lasting impact through compassion, advocacy, and purposeful action. Mrs. Toyin Saraki, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. And we have Mrs. Awuneba Ajumogobia. A round of applause as she comes on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Awuneba Ajumogobia is the board chair of Airtel Nigeria and chair of the board of governors, Grange Schools, co-founder and director, Multi-Stream Energy Solutions Limited. Mrs. Ajumogobia is a distinguished accountant, corporate leader, and advocate for ethical governance. As a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria and board member of top organizations, she exemplifies integrity and excellence. Ajumogobia's dedication to mentorship, financial stewardship, and nation building inspires a new generation of principled leaders.
Next, we have Mrs. Joke Bakare.
Let's make some noise for Mrs. Joke Bakare, founder, CEO, MedPlus Pharmacy. She is a pioneering Nigerian pharmacist and entrepreneur, renowned for founding MedPlus in 1993, the nation's first pharmaceutical retail chain. Her visionary leadership has revolutionized Nigeria's healthcare retail sector, expanding MedPlus to over 54 outlets nationwide. Bakare's unwavering commitment to quality and innovation continues to inspire excellence in pharmaceutical services. Mrs. Joke Bakare.
Next, we have Mrs. Fola Laoye. A round of applause for her as she comes on stage.
Mrs. Fola Laoye is the co-founder and CEO of Iwosan Investments Limited. She is a visionary healthcare entrepreneur and advocate, transforming African health sector. She is co-founder of Iwosan Investments and former CEO of Hygia Nigeria. She champions accessible quality healthcare for all, passionate about leadership and society impact and social impact, I beg your pardon. Her trailblazing journey inspires bold innovation, purpose-driven service, and a healthier, empowered continent.
Thank you. Next, we have Mrs. Awele Elumelu. A round of applause for her as she comes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Awele Vivian Elumelu, chairperson, Avon Medical Practice Limited. Dr. Elumelu is a distinguished physician, entrepreneur, and philanthropist dedicated to transforming healthcare in Africa. As chairperson of Avon Healthcare and a trustee of the Tony Elumelu Foundation, she champions accessible healthcare and women's empowerment. Her passion, leadership, and commitment inspire countless lives towards wellness, purpose, and prosperity.
We believe she's being represented this evening. Next, we have Dr. Mrs. Kate Issa. A round of applause for her.
Dr. Kate Issa, founder and CEO of Kachi Company Limited, is a visionary leader and founder of Kachi Company Limited, Nigeria's foremost supplier of scientific and laboratory equipment. With over 25 years of experience, she champions excellence in science education, driving innovation and quality across Africa. As the first female president of the Scientific Products Association of Nigeria, she inspires a generation passionate about scientific advancement and national development. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Kate Issa.
Thank you very much. We'll now like to invite the ushers with the plaques to please come on stage. And to help with the presentation of these awards, I'd like to invite Honorable Minister Hannatu Musawa, if you please join us and oblige. A round of applause for her. It's the second time on stage tonight. She's also an award recipient.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Ms. Hannatu Musawa.
And also to join her in this presentation, I'd like to invite the current secretary to the Lagos State Government, Barrister Bimbo Salu-Hudeyi. A round of applause for her as she comes up. Lagos State is also very well represented here tonight. So, as always, we will have the ladies please step into the light and give very brief 30-second remarks ahead of receiving their awards. Please, a round of applause for the Secretary to the Lagos State Government as she comes up, Barrister Bimbola Salu-Hudeyi. A round of applause for our ladies, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll start with our first lady here, please.
Good evening, everyone. It's a great honor to be in this great company and of amazing ladies. I was tired, I wanted to go home, but I'm glad it is with this group. Very impressive. I want to give thanks to the one I call my father, who makes all things possible, and Prince Nduka. The quality, the excellence, the leadership, the vision you bring to this thing. You've connected, you've elevated this thing globally, and you've put Nigeria and Africa on the map. Keep doing what you do. You are a genius. I want to thank my husband, Abdurazak Isa. He's the wind behind my sail. He makes it possible for me. He encourages, he supports. And because he couldn't be here tonight, he brought so many of his friends over here. Hey, give a shout out to Abdurazak. My daughter is there, my son. The group at Kachi Company Limited, the Kachi group that are equipping science, enabling, locating, identifying gaps, and filling them. And I want to dedicate this award to the possible discovery of the medicines and the scientific innovations and inventions that will solve our problems, bring cure to cancer that afflicts black people. The medicines that are made in Europe, in America, they're not working for us. We need to find cure. We need to find solutions. We need to do it ourselves. Medicine has gotten to personalized, and the genomes that are used to discover those medicines don't include black people, scientists. And so we're going to have to modernize science first. We have to upgrade from analog to digital curriculum in our schools so we can train up our children who can do the research to find the solutions we need in Nigeria and Africa.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mrs. Kate Issa, very passionate about her craft. Mrs. Joke Bakare, please.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to God be the glory, great things he had done. The publisher this day and the chairman of the Arise Group, Prince Nduka Obiagbena, my sincere appreciation. To my family, my mom, my children, I promise I'll mention their names tonight. Ola Onikwekun, Ife, Feishayo, Babalala, Faramola, you are my cheerleaders. Thank you very much. My husband, who has created an enabling environment for me to be able to expand MedPlus. And to my superstar colleagues, all the 1,400 colleagues in MedPlus, in all 140 branches, thank you so much for your commitment and unwavering support. Without you, I would not be here today. And to my customers, a lot of you are here tonight that buys from all our branches, our 24-hour stores in MedPlus. Thank you very much and stay blessed.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Awuneba Ajumogobia, please.
Thank you, Arise Global Media, for this very important initiative. I am honored, and I share this award with every woman who chooses on a daily basis to lead. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Tony Saraki.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I'd like to say a big thank you to this day and to Arise. I'd like to thank your excellencies and all the very, very patient people that are here. My name is Oluwatoyin, and Oluwatoyin means God is great enough for me to praise him. So I just want to thank God. I thank my husband. I thank my dad, my mom. I think for most of us women here, our strength came from our fathers respecting us. And I just pray for every girl and every woman in Nigeria that we'll all be able to realize our full potential. For all the team at the Wellbeing Foundation Africa, thank you for going to the last mile every day. Thank you to the millions of women who we've seen through their pregnancies and the millions of women who we hope to meet in the future. Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Thank you very much. Now, the GMD of Zenith Bank Limited, represented by Executive Director Adobi Nwapa.
Thank you, Roleke. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my name is Adobi Nwapa, and I'm here representing Dame Dr. Adora Umeoji, OON, the first female Group Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Zenith Bank PLC. She's unavoidably absent tonight to receive this award personally. I'd like to thank the Duke, Prince Nduka Obaibena, the Arise team, for finding her worthy of this award. On her behalf, I'd like to dedicate the award to all the women, to God Almighty, and to all the female colleagues of Zenith Bank. Thank you very much. And also thank the chairman and founder of Zenith Bank PLC, Dr. Jim Ovia, CFR, for believing in us women and giving us the platform to excel. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Helen Prest-Ajayi. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank God first and foremost. I'm deeply honored as well to have been given this award. I'd like to thank Prince Nduka Obaibena, the Arise team, this day. But most foremost, I'd like to say thank you for honoring and noticing our work in literacy and education. Without education, none of us would be here. And without, and without literacy, we would not be all standing together and receiving this honor on this platform. I'd like to thank the Arise Network, especially for deeming it important to recognize the impact of education and for honoring me and giving me this award. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We'll have Mrs. Fola Laoye, please. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, just to praise God for through whom all things are possible. And to very much say thank you to the Arise team led by Prince Nduka Obaibena for creating this platform, a platform which is really certainly honoring those of us who are here and through us, womanhood, but I think also particularly for creating a reminder of the sisterhood that's really in this room. Because there are so many of us who we recognize and who have been a helping hand along the way, and remind us that it really does take a village of all of us pulling together to continue to make space and make room for more women like us. I thank my husband, Ade, who is here, who is definitely my greatest cheerleader, and our two young adults who continue to inspire and push me every day to do more, to be more. And I'm really grateful to them. I'm grateful to my parents for the legacy that they really created. It's a legacy on which I stand on in the field of healthcare. Especially my mother, who showed us the fact that she could be a professor of medicine and still bring up a family in which we all excelled. So I'm so grateful for having had that role model. I thank, and I know a lot of people, I know he's left now, but Mr. Fola Adeola, who again and again has championed not just many businesses, but has championed many women, and of course is championing us in healthcare as our chairman at Iwosan, and is really, really the he for she that everyone has said he is. And finally, to the women of Iwosan, who are really the women of healthcare. The women in healthcare make up 60 to 70% of the care system. They are the ones in the front line who risk their lives every day to look after people. And, this is really and truly for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And finally, the representative of Mrs. Awele Elumelu. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, Dr. Elumelu couldn't be here, but I also feel very honored to be representing her and to just be a part of this fantastic awards, being a female professional myself. She just wants to say thank you to the Arise organization and congratulations to all the women. And thank you for being such an inspiration to all of us. You don't know how much this means to someone like myself, who's also just building her career. So thank you, and God bless Arise.
Thank you very much. So if I can just ask each of the ladies, I'll call you out one by one. We'll start with the representative of Dr. Adora Umeoji, Executive Director of Zenith Bank, Adobi Nwapa, and I'll have the Secretary to the Lagos State Government in the center and the Honorable Minister on either side, flanking her. We'll have a double presentation for each of these awards. So please just hand her the beautiful plaque there. Thank you very much. A round of applause again. Thank you very much, Executive Director. If you please stay on stage. I'd also like to call now Dr. Mrs. Kate Issa. Dr. Mrs. Kate Issa. Who spoke so passionately. Another round of applause, please. Let's keep the energy up. We're almost there now. I will then call on Mrs. Joke Bakare to receive her award. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mrs. Joke Bakare. Mrs. Awuneba Ajumogobia, a round of applause for her as well. Thank you, Mrs. Awuneba Ajumogobia. Mrs. Toyin Saraki, please. Thank you. Thank you. I'll invite Mrs. Helen Prest-Ajayi next. Thank you very much. This also feels a bit like the ladies are catching up, but using the opportunity to catch up. Thank you very much, Mrs. Helen Prest-Ajayi. I'd like to call Mrs. Fola Laoye next. Thank you very much as we move swiftly after the pleasantries. Thank you. Can we get an award for her? Okay, whilst we do that, if you just take a picture and then we'll get the next award. I think that one was omitted. Apologies for that. We'll get a picture and we'll give you the award. Thank you very much. Then we'll have Mrs. Fola Laoye. Thank you, Ms. Helen Prest-Ajayi. I think we swapped the awards round, so we'll just check the names on it to make sure we're taking home the right one. And then we have Mrs. Fola Laoye. The most important thing is just to get the picture now. We'll look at the names as we get off stage so we can move quickly. So if you just come forward with that award so they can get a picture opportunity. Thank you. And last but by no means least, the representative of Mrs. Awele Elumelu. Thank you. So we'll just give a few seconds for the ladies to swap awards. I think once we get the final one through. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister and Secretary to the Lagos State Government.
Let's give them a round of applause, ladies and
If you just come
gentlemen.
forward a few steps so we can get a photo opportunity. If you just come forward a few steps as a group. Thank you very much. Cameramen, let's move swiftly, please, as we move to the final Lifetime Achievement Award and we wrap up this evening. Thank you very much, ladies. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the ladies as they go off stage.